Welcome back to the Now Divas. Today, we are diving into an exciting topic integrating AWS LoT Core with ServiceNow for automated incident management. If you are looking to streamline your incident response processes using LoT and cloud automation, this guide is for you. Let's get started. Before we jump into technical steps, let's quickly talk about why LoT is so important. The Internet of Things, or a LoT, is transforming industries by enabling proactive maintenance, reducing downtime, and improving operational efficiency. For example, imagine you are managing a data center with hundreds of servers. You have a lot sensors monitoring environmental conditions like temperature, humidity, and power usage. If the temperature in one of the server rooms suddenly spikes, it could lead to a overeating and a downtime. But with a lot, the sensors detects anomaly, sends the data to a AWS LoT core and automatically creates an incident in ServiceNow. This alerts your IT team immediately, allowing them to respond before the issue escalates. This use case is just an example of how LoT can help business move from reactive to proactive incident management. And today, I will show you exactly how to set this up. So I have prepared this document for the video and which I will be sharing it on the LinkedIn and ServiceNow community. So please do check it out. So let's get started with our first step, which is setting up the AWS LoT core. So we need to create a LoT thing because this is where your LoT devices will connect and send data. Follow these steps carefully. So now let's go to our AWS console, and you can see that I have already logged in into the AWS console using no servicenow at gmail.com. That's my user ID. So let's come to AWS LoT console, and under the all devices, just click on things, and I have already created a thing for me or a device. So in order to create one, just click on create thing and click on create single thing, and you can go ahead and enter your name or any name. So for example, I am going to select the name as temperature sensor one, and I have already added the thing here, which is called temperature sensor. If you want to create a new one, then you can go ahead and create one. So this is for my testing purposes. I have created this from the scratch. So if you know someone from the AWS, then they can do it, everything. So if you want to test it out for yourself, then you will have to follow all these steps. And then let's go ahead with the attributes. Let's click on the new attribute. You can add the type as a sensor, add a new attribute, location as a data center. You can add as many attributes you can. So here it says like you can add up to 48 attributes. So thing groups, I'm not going to do all these things, and I'm just going to click on next. And we are going to generate the device certificates. So let's select the first one, which is the auto generate new certificate, and just click on next. And I have already created a policy here, which is called a AWS LoT policy. Let's come back to this later. So I'm just going to click on create thing. And this is the only time where you will be able to see all the certificates and the keys. Let's go ahead and download them. And I will let you know, guys, why we are downloading it. I will not be using this in our today's video, but I will let you guys know why we downloaded that thing. So let's come to this device, and we need to add a policy here. If you see the certificate, and there is a certificate associated to it, but if you come here, if you click on the certificate, and you could see that the policies, there are no policies attached to this. So let's go ahead and create a policy here. Let's come here, click on the policies, and there is already a one which I have created it, but I am just going to create a one more. And so let's see what policy we can create here. I'm just going to select this as ServiceNow policies, and I'm just going to click on JSON here. I have the JSON key values here. So I am going to leave it in the description box below. You can use it. And if you want to know more about this, then you can go to AWS website or the YouTube channel to know what does this policy do, or the devices, or many other things. So let's go ahead and create this, and we can see that it has been created, called a ServiceNow policies. Now let's come here and attach that policies to our device. So if you come here under the certificate, just click on the certificate, and let's click on attach the policy. And this is the policy which we have created, and then we have attached that policies. The next step, as per the document, is we need to create a LoT rule. So for that, we need to go to the rules under this messaging routing, and then come here under the rules, and you can see that there are no rule has been set up. So now let's create an a LoT rule to process the data from your LoT device. So let's click on create rule, and let's give the name as temperature alert rule, and you can just give any description. And if you want, you can just go ahead and add a new tag. And this is a SQL version. So we need the query, which is nothing but select star from IoT sensors, where sensors equals to temperature. I think this I don't know if it is correct, but we will just check it out again. So let's click on add sorry, click on next, and let's come here, and then we need to select the rule actions, which is going to be Lambda. If you could see this one, send a message to Lambda function. So I have already created one function for this, but I will show you guys how to create a new one. But for now, we'll do one thing. Let's go ahead with create a new function. Let's give the name. Just a second. Let's click on this view. And you can see this is the Lambda's function, which I have used it. And you can also the tutorials here. You can create a simple web. What does this Lambda functions does? And everything it is here, and you can make use of it. And let me just quickly come here. Let me see what does this actually do. So these are the steps of integrating the AWS LoT Core with ServiceNow. First, we will be setting up the AWS LoT Core, and then we will be creating the LoT rule. Then we will be securing the credentials, and then we will be utilizing the AWS Lambda function to to create an incident on our incident table. So let's come back to this Lambda function, and this is the function which I have created. If you want to create a function, you will have to write a code. You can just give any other code. So I'm just giving this name as the test name, and the runtime I'm going to use the Python, and I'm going to leave this architecture as it is. And you can just yeah, create a role if you want it, or you can use an existing role. If you select this one, the AWS will create a basic Lambda permissions, which will be useful for executing this function. And if you want to learn more about the roles and everything, you can go to this IAM console and then you can learn from it. So for now, I'm going to use an existing role. The role which I have created is this one. This is the role which was created for the one which I had created previously, which is called the ServiceNow integration. And then let's come here. If you want to enable anything here, you can just go ahead and check those options, but I'm not going to do that. And you will have to write the code here, and this is the code. Let's go ahead and copy paste it, and you can see that I have stored ServiceNow credentials in the AWS credentials area. So I will show you guys how to do that. Let's quickly come here and copy this code, and I will leave this code in the description box below so you can go ahead and use it. So let's quickly click on deploy. So in order to test this one, you will have to create a credential. So for that, you can go to your ServiceNow instance and go to the users. I have created a new user. Let me just show you guys, which is called a LoT underscore user. And so you can go ahead and create a new user. You can give any name for that, and you can just set the password. Once this is done, you will have to save this record, and I have given the roles. Let's check it out what all roles I have given. I have given the web service admin role and the REST API explorer roles. Once this is done, you capture the password, and then come back to your what is that AWS LoT, and then we need to create a new credentials, and we need to create an entry under the AWS credentials, AWS Secrets Manager console. So let's come here. Let's go ahead with that. What is that? Security identity. I think this is the one. Let me just check it out quickly. Here we go. I have got the link for the secrets manager. So you need to create a new secret type. You can just select the other, and you can just give your name, the key value, and everything. But I have already created an entry here. I don't want to create a duplicate entry, but you can see it how you need to create it. So this is the secret. I have given the name as ServiceNow credentials, and I have given the secret name as the ServiceNow credentials, and I have given the message here. So I'm sorry. I have given the username and the password. So this is the one which I had got it. So you need to select the other type of the secret and give the ServiceNow URL. And this is the key value pair. So it should be like ServiceNow underscore URL and your instance URL. We want an incident to be created. So you will have to give this URL. So you can get this from the REST API Explorer. You can just check out the ServiceNow API documents too. And this was the username which I had created and the password. Just click on the next, and I just give your name, any preferred name, and just click on attach, and just click on setup and save the secret. And after that, you need to go to this IAM console, and then you need to find the execution role. So let's come back to this. So this is the one which has been already created. I do not want to do anything. I do not want to create a duplicate entry. So we need to attach, next we need to attach the permissions to our Lambda role. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I believe that's it. So I'm just going to open this one. I'm sorry, which is the IAM console. It's asking me to enter the username. This is for the one. I think I've already opened it. Honestly, this is so confusing. So here we go. We are at the IAM console now, and this was the role which we had previously created. So let's go ahead and click on it, and you need to grant all this roles, all this policies to this particular role. So in order to do that, you can just come here, add a permission, and then click on attach policies, and then you will have to search for that, and then you can just come here, search here like Secrets Manager, read, write role, and as you can see, I've already attached it, and there is a one more which is called AWS LoT full access. You need to give this role and as well as the Secrets Manager, read, write role, because we have created an entry under the Secret Manager. So the Lambda function is going to use this Secret Manager read and write permission to extract the username and password from that particular secret manager, and then it is going to create an incident in our ServiceNow instance. So I think we are done with creating the role and also creating the Lambda function. We have already done that one. And let's quickly come back to this Lambda function here. So replace with your AWS region, and this is the AWS region, US East -2, and this is the credentials which we have used. And we have already deployed it, but there was no changes to deploy. Let's quickly go ahead and test this out. So let me click on the create new test event and give some JSON input, and I am going to event name. I'll do one thing. I'll just come back here. It's the same, but I just wanted to create a new event name. It's a test event. And then let's click on execute. And you can see that we have got an error. It says like key error request ID function dot line in for a record. So there is some problem with the code somewhere. This is the error message file in the line 30. I think there is something wrong with this code. Let me go ahead and debug this code. I successfully fixed the issue. There was something wrong with the code. I have fixed it, and I will be pasting this code in the description box below. And also I made another changes too, another configuration. Previously the timeout session was actually 3 seconds. I have increased it to 15 because it was timing out while executing this code. So let's go ahead with the testing. So let's click on the test and create a new event. So I'm just going to give the name as the sensor ID as 2, and then I'm just going to select this as a test 2. And I don't know, something I did. I clicked on something. So let's come back to this only. So test event, and I'm just going to click on 2 and let's test it. Hey, great. So it is succeeded. It says as succeeded. So the alerts processed successfully. So this means an incident should be created on our instance. So we see the incident number here. So let's quickly come back here, open this incident, and let's see if an incident has been created. Yes, so you can see an incident is actually it has been created, and with the priority as a 3 and impact as a 2, and you can see the alert from temperature sensor 2. So this is just an example use case, so we can elevate this integration to number of things. Congratulations, you have successfully integrated AWS LoT Core with Service. Now, incidents are automatically created whenever your LoT sensors detect anomalies. So, this is a game changer for automated incident management. So, this is just one of the many use cases you can implement with with the AWS LoT Core or any other LoT codes like Azure, the IBM Watson, or anything with ServiceNow. So for today's video, I focused on automating incident creation when LoT sensors detected anomalies. But there's so much more you can do with AWS LoT Code, like integrating with other AWS services, analyzing sensor data, or building advanced workflows in ServiceNow. To help you explore further, I have prepared a detailed document covering all the steps we discussed today, which I will be sharing it on my LinkedIn and ServiceNow community. And so make sure to check it out. And remember, this is just a part one of the integration. In the next video, we will take this to the next level by automating incident creation using ServiceNow Flow Designer. So stay tuned and do not forget to share and subscribe to the Now Divas. See you in the part two.